And welcome, fans, to the Averett Sports Network. My name is Eddie Glenn Jr. I'll be bringing the broadcast to you, the game, to your living room, to your home, to your phone, to your computer. Tonight, we have the 0-1-1 Averett University Cougars against the 0-3 Guilford Quakers. The Cougars are looking for their first win of the season after drawing Hampton-Sydney in the opener of the 2017 campaign before falling to Virginia Wesleyan Wednesday night 3-2 in a tough loss. You get started off with some starters for both teams. For your Cougars, number 5, Felix Squire. Number 6, Asher Francis. Number 9, David Cooperman. Number 10, Tobias Andreessen. Number 11, Simon Holstrom. Number 15, Sean Dunbar. 18, Daniel Surley. 21, Jake Searcy. 24, Kevin Watford. 30, Vile Hautuganas. And 98, Marius Olivason. And for the Quakers, number 1, Zach Van Kampen. 3, Ethan Wycliffe. Number 5, Omar Solis. Number 7, Like Aiden Moreno. Number 10, Ricky Aguilar. Number 11, Jason Aguilar. 13, Brian Curran. 15, Edgar Solis. 21, Enrique Gudino. 24, Matt Winiski. And 26, Cameron Alzing. So those are the starting 22 that will be on the pitch this evening. And it's absolutely a beautiful day outside. The sun is showing its face, and it'll show its face for the first half of this game at the very least. It's not raining. It's not cold. These guys are going to have a great pitch to play on. The ball's going to treat them the way it should. And look for both teams to play very respectful and fast pace out here. Both teams looking for the first win of the season. So it's a special game. As every game, every first win, or every win is a special win. Just to highlight a couple people. David Cupperman recorded a goal and 2 assists in the first 2 matches of the season. And then Daniel Surley leads the team with 2 goals in this 2017 campaign. Averett also has a 48% shots that have been on goal for the season. So very high percentage shooting on frame for the Cougars. Cougars returning a lot of players. They also have a variety of seniors, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors to fill out that team. Not really overloading with being an older team or being a younger team. A lot of the starters are seniors and juniors, but you do see some freshmen poking their faces in there, like Asher Francis and Marius Olivason. So those guys really doing a good job in practice and in the previous games. And we're going to take a quick break for the playing of the national anthem, and we'll be right back. It's a fantastic playing of the national anthem, and now both teams going to take their sides of the pitch. Get ready for the first 45 of football. Again, as we mentioned earlier, both teams looking for the first win. Neither team wanting to lose. The draw, not too bad, but again, both teams want to come out of here with a win. Cougars, white on top of white, on top of the desired color cleats that they wanted to wear. The Quakers, maroon on maroon. So a very solid colored game. It'll be the Quakers that are going to start us off with the ball. It's Ricky Aguilar starting us off. The Quakers will immediately advance it forward. Looking for a strong offensive play early, as they are continuing to advance it forward. And the Quakers have it. It's going to be a free kick given to the Cougars. Cougars playing in that defensive third right now. Bounces off of a Quaker, comes out for a goal kick. Cougars again. And a good move to get past the defender. And what a ball to find the running, sprinting striker. Guilford taking possession of the ball again. And again, Guilford on the counterattack. Another good ball to find the winger, who is one-on-one with the defender. He's going to take it outside. Crosses it in, and that's an easy catch. Good pass. Thought about the give and go there. Averett going to take it through the midfield. Again, far side on the winger, top of the screen there. Midfield, Kevin Watford trying to get it back to the wing. And the Cougars will play back through the midfield again. Trying the nice 1-2. Guilford defense in control of the ball that time. Ball goes out for a Guilford throw. And that throw-in goes to the Cougars. Again, a good touch. And they will find Kevin Wofford. He puts a shot on goal just to the right of the post, as the Cougars almost scored in the first 3 minutes of this game. Kevin Wofford, the senior striker, who walked on to the team and has really developed into one of the better strikers on this team, now entering his senior year. Kevin looking to have an explosive year this year. That goal kick comes onto the pitch. And that ball will go out for a Guilford throw. You can see Guilford really trying to use their pace early on. shot on frame from about 20 yards away. Keep able to handle it very well. This is Francis on the ball. Over to Holstrom. Holstrom to Watford. Watford with the good layoff. And that's an amazing through ball. Opportunity almost given up there. It was a beautiful through ball to find Ville sprinting in open field. He couldn't get the pass that he wanted. Looks like another miscommunication there by the Cougars. Into the Keeps hands. This is Guilford on the wing trying to use their pace. And for a cross, Francis there. And a good shot on frame by Ricky Aguilar. Just under a foot over that top crossbar. And again, you can see early on, even in the first 5-6 minutes, Cougars wanting to play through the midfield with good passes to get their shot at goal. The Quakers, they want to advance it fast and get it to their speedy wingers. Look for a cross in and a good shot. That was a good layoff there from the winger of Averett. Quakers in control of the ball again. Cougars have it. On the wing, ball goes out. Cougar throw in. Tobias Andreessen on the ball. There's an offsides call on the winger there as they tried to advance it outside and get across into the box. Looking for a header, maybe easy layoff of some sorts. And again, the Quakers trying to use that pace on the outside. Ball goes out for a Quaker throw-in. This will be Tobias Andreessen on top of the ball, giving it back to the defense. Simon Holstrom. Quaker throw in. Looking for someone, anyone to throw it to. He's going to throw it towards the sideline. Again, hoping that winger can use his pace. Really looks like that's what the Quakers are banking on. Another miscommunication on the pass there from the Cougars. Good defense from Simon Holstrom. Francis on top of the ball. Over to Ville. Ville to Kupperman. Back to Ville. Ville on the wing with some options. He's going to carry top of the box. And the defense gets there. Kevin Watford able to get to the ball. Sends it back to Kupperman. Over to Simon Holstrom, who crosses it in. And Guilford heads it towards their own goal. A risky maneuver there, but they keep able to handle it. Asher Francis trying to get the ball out of the danger zone. Accidentally passing it to a Quaker man. Ball goes out for a Quaker throw. A cross in, header off the crossbar from the Quakers. That's going to be Kevin Watford called on the foul there. Quaker free kick. Quakers again working that sideline. Just over 10 minutes played in this game. Score still 0-0. It's almost a good ball to find Andreessen running. And Andreessen Kupperman's going to put on a shot. And it went over there towards the football locker room. Ricocheted off the wall. He had his shot from about 30 yards out. Goal kick for Guilford. Be a Guilford throw in again. And that's a good flick to get himself inside the box from the Quaker striker. It's great defense there. I believe that was Asher Francis again, the freshman, playing center back. He's been playing pretty good so far this game. Francis again, able to get to it. And you can see that Marius Olivason telling his team, slow down, guys. Calm down. No need to rush and panic. Let's play our brand of soccer. Off to Ville to Kupperman. Kupperman advancing through the midfield. He finds his winger open who's going to carry across top of the box. He had a shot on goal, but he couldn't get his hips around it the way he wanted to. And Guilford on the counterattack right now. And just too much mustard on that through ball. When they would have been looking at a shot on goal. Cougars advancing. Tobias Anderson with the ball. He's going to try and find Ville and does. And Ville couldn't have the touch that he wanted. Or else, otherwise, that was a very good pass setup. Ville just couldn't get the touch on the ball that was needed to settle down and get his hips around it. Cougars advancing again. They find Ville again. And that ball hits the turf, takes an awkward spin, and a center back from the Quakers able to get to it and barely kick it out. It's out nevertheless. Another good attempt from Ville there again. Ville with 1 goal on the season. Cross came in, Keep able to get to it. Tobias Anderson showing the physicality there. It looks like he was being dragged down almost. Able to hang on to the ball. And a bad first touch will turn the ball over. That ball's going to be played into the Quakers' attacking third. And again, a bad first touch or else they're looking at a shot on goal. Free kick for Guilford. Foul called on Watford, I believe. Looks like there was an offsides called on the field. Ball will be played short to Francis. Kupperman with the ball. The Guilford defense was pressuring. Kupperman, a good pass to get it on the wing. And a good slide tackle almost gets Averett the ball back again. And it does get Averett the ball back. As it is an Averett throw-in. Averett throw in again. And Guilford will play quick on the throw in. Averett dispossesses and gets the ball. And a shot towards the goal by Kupperman from 40 yards away. Maybe possibly testing his range there, but nevertheless comes out for a Guilford goal kick. Kick comes out. Tobias Andreessen gets a hold of it. Kick plays short to Francis. Francis to Kupperman. Kupperman is going to go to Simon Holstrom. And Kupperman able to find the winger. Running a nice cross. Like the attackers in the box couldn't get the look they wanted. As one of the strikers had a chance, looked like to head it in. The other one was Watford. Had it on his foot for a quick second. It was just on the outside of his right foot. Not have been able to get his hips around it. And it's going to be Kevin Watford running on. And Kevin Watford, great hustle on the play to run down that pass. And that ball to the left of the goal misses. Cougars getting it out of danger there. And the Quakers send it into the box. Good job by the keep to come in and scoop it up. This is Kupperman in the midfield. Good hustle there by Simon Holstrom. Averett again playing through the midfield. This is their strategy. Good passes through the midfield and work their way to goal. This is Tobias Andreessen on the ball. That cross comes in. Couldn't find anyone initially, but it finds Kupperman. That shot be defended and blocked by Guilford players. Looking for the running Daniel Surley there, but man, too much on the ball. As Kevin Watford comes off the field. And that would be number 4, Huso Ducic, on the pitch now. Asher looking to find Holstrom, but couldn't. And here's Surley finding Dukic. Dukic couldn't get control of the ball, couldn't get it settled. And now Guilford's on the attack. They've got it to their speedy winger, who lays it off. A dangerous situation there for Averett. And a yellow card will be given there to number 21, Enrique Gudino. A very, very, very hard tackle. Just over 18 minutes remaining in the first half. Score still 0-0. And Guilford playing very defensive now. Got 8 people back on defense. And Cougars almost able to get it outside. It's a Guilford throw. Guilford comes out, plays short. And again, they try and advance it to their streaking wingers. And ball crossed in. He just had no one waiting. Ball played back into the Guilford defense. Guilford, short passes now. Not those long lob-style passes, and there it is. Guilford, every time the ball's on the defense, they lob it forward, hoping that someone's streaking and running down the field. And try and use that pace, again, like we mentioned earlier, use that pace to streak outside and look for a cross. Cougars playing short passes here. Trying to open something up. Don't want to force anything. They find Tobias Andreessen. They almost lose the ball. Keep a hold of it. It's just Kupperman. Possibly looking for someone in the box. Keep aware, able to come up and grab a hold of it. And again, Guilford trying to use the pace on the sideline there. And there it is. That's what they've been looking for. That was a great slide tackle from the right back of the Cougars. And Huso Dukic. That's Asher Francis coming up and playing great defense. And now he's got to get back because now he's left his team -1 on defense. Great job by the keep to come up and grab a hold of the ball. And this would be Huso Dukic on the sideline, cutting through the middle of the field. Great job by that center defensive mid. This would be Tobias Andreessen running through the midfield over to David Kupperman. And they will find Sebastian Holstrom on the wing by himself. Some options now. And Simon finding the pass that they needed. Striker just could not capitalize. That was number 18, Daniel Surley, who is in the box in front of the goal all alone and just lost his footing out there on the turf. And if you're watching at home, we want to thank you for joining us here on the Averett Sports Network. My name is Eddie Glenn. I want to thank you for joining in even though you couldn't be with us here at home. I want to thank the Averett fans that are in abundance for this game, cheering on their men's soccer team. And this is Huso Dukic finding Tobias at the top of the box. And again, they were able to find the right pass, which was to Daniel Surley. Surley able to turn and get it in. Again, just couldn't keep a hold of the ball. Too many defenders, not enough strikers. Cougars advancing it forward. Guilford able to get a hold of it. Guilford outside on the sideline again, trying to use that pace. Asher Francis there to shut it down. Under 10 minutes of playtime on the pitch. Still all knotted up at 0 apiece. Tobias Andreessen able to get a hold of it over Huso Dukic. Plays it forward. And for a Cougar throw over to Tobias Andreessen. Andreessen over to Francis. Simon Holstrom outside to the winger, to the left winger. Trying to find the pass into the box. And it looks like that is freshman Asher Francis down, but he's helped up. This will be Holstrom over to Tobias Andreessen. Averett, good accurate passes. They find their winger. Couldn't get the cross that he wanted. Bounces off of a Guilford player. Holstrom on top of the ball to Francis. Francis now. And they find Holstrom again. They're going to go 2-on-1 with this defender here. Guilford on top of the ball. Averett able to get to it. Francis on top of the ball to Holstrom. Holstrom. That ball is put into the box. Kupperman puts it towards the goal. Not necessarily on frame. Averett looking to play quick. Under 5 minutes remain in this first half of play. Cougars looking to make something happen. Dukic on top of the ball. Foul looks like it was called on Tobias and Driesen. Asher Francis able to stop that run that Guilford was making all the way down the field. Cougars going to look to counter now. Holstrom's pass does not connect. Ball goes out. It's going to be a Cougar throw. Going to go out again for another Cougar throw. 1:30 remains in this first half. And Guilford on the counterattack in this last minute. They had something good forming. Like they might have been able to get the ball down inside the box and get a shot. And the Cougars able to put it inside the box. And that ball ricochets off the post. And comes back out. So close. Such a good opportunity in this final minute. Ball's going to come out for a corner kick. 30 seconds remain. You got to think that the Quakers are going to boot it down the field and try and have a last-second shot at frame. There's the boot. Guilford advance. Ball booted out of bounds. And that will conclude the first half. First half ends 0-0. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here at the Averett Sports Network. And welcome back, fans. My name is Eddie Glenn. We're on the Averett Sports Network. This is the halftime show. Just going to go over some quick stats by team. Omar Solis for Guilford had 1 shot, and Ricky Aguilar had 3 shots this game, so a total of 4 shots by Guilford. Only 1 of those landing on frame. The Cougars with 11 shots. Felix Squire with 1, David Kupperman with 4, Daniel Surley with 2, Kevin Watford with 1, and Vile Haltakangas with 1 as well. Uso Dukic with 2, and only 2 of them landing on frame for the Cougars. Saves in that first half, Guilford had 2, especially that one that the keep wasn't even in the goal for. Those Guilford defenders had to go back there and put a leg in the goal and try and help out, and they were able to keep the score knotted up at 0-0. Cougars 2 corner kicks opposed to Guilford 0. And there were 2 yellow cards given out in that first half, both being towards Guilford. Averett playing extremely offensive with the 11 shots towards the net in this game so far, and Guilford's going to look to get back more on the offensive end. They played a lot of on-heels defense and backing up a lot, playing defensive, and when they weren't playing defensive, they were booting it down the field, kind of playing kickball, and not really getting the looks that they wanted and the looks that they could have had off of bad passes. But nevertheless, that was your halftime show. We're going to take one more quick break, and just over 5 minutes, we're going to start this second half. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. Again, my name is Eddie Glenn. We're here. Averett men's soccer second half action. Kevin Watford on top of the ball to start us off. Score 0-0 in that first half. Again, Averett had 11 shots to Guilford's 4. Nevertheless, they had almost the same amount of shots on goal. Guilford had 1, Cougars 2. Cougars playing fast early here. Not even out of the first minute. And they're really trying to advance that ball. No halftime jitters. This is the Cougars working the sideline. Ball goes out for a Guilford throw. The sun has snuck behind the trees. It's gone down for the night. The moon will be rising soon. It is dark outside, so the lights have come on. The Guilford throw looking for someone. And he finds a Averett player. Eventually lands on the foot of a Guilford player before turning it back over. And some nice moves in midfield to get out on the outside, out of the traffic there. Cougars playing smart with the ball early. And that cross comes in. Keep able to get to it. And haul it in. It's Asher Francis on defense there. Simon Holstrom playing good defense as well. As the Cougars again look to play through the midfield. And that's a great ball to the winger. Whips it in. Finds no one but a Quaker. And Guilford is on the counterattack now. They slow down and cut back through the midfield. Tobias Andreessen in the midfield. Too much mustard on that ball as it goes out the back sideline. This will be Guilford's goal kick. 42:07 remains. Ball be booted out. Possession still in the air. Possession will go. And it looks like Guilford will end up with the ball. And they are on the counterattack. And offsides will be called. And there is a Guilford player down on the field. Looks like he might be clenching his legs. I'm going to give him some time to get back up. Try and get on his feet before finally bringing the AT out. And they're going to bring him off the field to assess what's going on. Looks like it might be a ankle or a knee of some sorts. I hope that injured player is all right. Cougars ball. as they found the winger. First touch just wasn't what he wanted. Cougars going to look to get the ball under control here. Over to Ville. Ville crosses it in. And the keep was able to get to it. There's a Cougar down near the Guilford goal. Like he might have got clipped. It's the second straight injury within a minute and a half in this game. And during this injury break, I'm going to have a special guest join me. The one and only Drew Wilson on air. Drew, how have you been?
Good. How are you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing fantastic. And Drew, I was telling the fans earlier that the game so far, the Cougars in that first half, they had 11 total shots, 2 on goal. Guilford had 4 total shots and 1 on goal. So while Averett had more quantity of shots, the quality was the same in the end.
Looks like the injured Averett player is being helped off. Hopefully he's okay.
.40 remains on the clock, as it will be Guilford's ball. And Kevin Wamford almost got to it as Guilford tried to play short. And that's a good ball played. Asher Francis able to get to it. Cougars play the ball outside. Maybe setting up for a cross here. Good defense from the Quakers, able to get to the ball. Cougars dispossess again. Nice scissor kick action.
Eddie, David Cooperman's been looking for that hole all game, try to cut through the middle and fire one. He's missed a few a little high early in the first half, but Guilford's done a good job kind of blocking those opportunities. He's one of the dangerous guys, had a great summer experience playing for his home country, Columbia, in the Maccabi games.
And the Cougars have really been, you can tell their game plan has been to play through the middle with good, short, accurate passes, try and open something up. And Guilford has been more along the lines of find that streaking winger outside and look for a cross or an open lane somehow. Francis able to get to it. Nice passes from the Cougars, and now they're on a good counterattack here. And now Guilford in return has the numbers.
Good job defensively there by one of the freshmen, Asher Francis. Able to get in there and knock up the play right at the top of the box.
That ball's going to go out for a Guilford throw-in.
Eddie, a big weekend of sports here at Averett. Got obviously men's soccer tonight as Cooperman cuts down the middle, and going to be a foul called on Guilford. But we got a women's soccer game tomorrow at 2 p.m. and followed by the football home opener at 6 p.m. right here at Daly Field at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. So it'll be a busy day tonight and tomorrow for the Cougars. We've been setting up all week and gearing up for this weekend. So if you're able to come out, be sure to come out over here. We're expecting a big crowd, so get here early.
And last time the women's soccer team was here, they won in overtime. A
Free
good
kick.
late goal.
Good free kick headed by, I believe that was Asher Francis. But the Cougars unable to get any opportunities on goal.
Ball just misses the foot of Kevin Watford in the box.
Good cutback by Cersei. Ball knocked out will be a Guilford throw-in. A lot of tight games this season for the Averett men's soccer team. Obviously still scoreless here, but they opened with a tie up at Hampton-Sydney, and unfortunately they didn't get to play to the completion of that game in overtime due to a transformer blowing up at Hampton-Sydney and killed all the power. So they had to settle with the 2-2 draw up there in overtime.
It's not something you normally see.
But the Cougars able to hang tight. I think they came from behind in that game. And then obviously on Wednesday down at Virginia Wesleyan, Cougars got down early and managed to come back, tie it up 2-2. And unfortunately, Virginia Wesleyan ended up scoring a goal late in that game to go ahead and eventually win. So the Cougars still searching for that first win, but they've played really solid so far. I was talking with head coach Philip Wilson earlier this week, and he was just glowing about how his team was playing. Despite the record, just they look and play really confidently, even if they get behind.
It's a great slide tackle there from Sean Dunbar. It's going to be a Guilford throw-in. Guilford sends it in, but Averett gets a hold of it.
Talk about Dunbar. He's kind of one of the unheralded guys kind of on this defensive line. Doesn't maybe get a lot of mention outside of Averett, but he does a fantastic job and has been doing a solid job for the Cougars for the past couple of years. Good play in the corner to Searcy. Sends it across the middle, but nobody there.
And you know, Drew, that has happened a couple times this game. They were able to find a winger on the outside for a good cross. Just not able to, either not able to find someone or not able to get the touch on the ball that they really had hoped for. We're going to come out for an Averett throw.
They were talking about disappointing ending to that Virginia Wesleyan game on Wednesday for the Cougars. How about this? Guilford in their last game against Ferrum lost 2-1 to Ferrum, and I believe Ferrum scored in the 90th minute of that game to win it. Got to be a heartbreaking loss for the Quakers. Got a corner set up on the near side. Looks like Cooperman's going to take it. Watford setting up on the near post. Bends across the middle. The keeper comes out and gets it before able to get to anybody. Good play there. I was down on the field in the first half, and Van Kampen's made some really solid plays out there. There was that one near goal that came off the post for Averett, but he's stepped up, made some good saves. Ball played up the middle, looking for Watford. I believe we had a foul there.
That's called against Edgar Solis, I believe. Down on the field, set up for an Averett free kick.
Ball sent in down the middle. Oh, and the keeper jumped right in front of, looked like Francis, who was cutting toward the goal, but nothing for the Cougars on that chance.
Just over 30 minutes remaining. Still knotted up here, 0-0. Both teams going to look to advance forward and make a play, get a couple more shots on goal. As Guilford almost able to get the ball there and get on a nice counterattack.
Felix Squire able to fight off a couple of defenders and keep possession for the Cougars. They play it to the far side. Ball played up the middle. Actually looking, I think I was looking for Dukic over in the corner. Now Guilford on the attack. Andresen plays the near side. Ball intercepted on a pass to Billy out to Kangas. Now play it up top, but good defense by the Cougars to get back and pinch off that potential Guilford run.
And that's great defense. Guilford had the numbers going, and one good pass, one thing turns to another. They're up 1-0. So great defense there.
Yeah, would have been an easy breakaway. The ball played to Francis near midfield. He'll send it up the middle to Cooperman. Looking for Andresen. Up the middle to Watford. Watford looked like a handball there on the defender, but no call. Inadvertent. I tell you, like I said, I was down on the field taking some photos in the first half. Watford had a really strong shot early on. Showed some real power.
As the Cougars get possession back. Or they're still trying to get possession back. Guilford. And Drew, soccer's one of those games where you could have possession 1 second and be completely gone literally the next second. And you're right back on defense.
Goes off of Guilford, so will be a throw in. Cersei will take it for the Cougars. Goes into Howdekangas. Plays it into the corner, and knocked out will be a corner kick for the Cougars. Cooperman will come take it. Natural for the left footer. We'll see if the Cougars can get an opportunity here. As the clock ticks away, still scoreless. Cooperman tries to bend it across the middle, gets over the keeper, but nobody there to get the rebound as it was knocked around. Good pass ahead. And the cross knocked out, so will be a corner kick. As we have some subs ready to check in for both teams. Looks like Andreessen's coming out for the Cougars.
It didn't look like he got the lift that he wanted on the ball. Like it might have took a hop or two on the turf.
That was a little bit of a worm burner there. Quick throw in by the Cougars. Play it up to Cersei. Tries to find Howdekangas on a run up down the near side, but good defense by Guilford. Matthew Monis is the one who checked in for Andreas, and he's playing in the middle. And some good moves there by
David Cooperman.
Oof. Little spinorama. That ball's going to stay in the far corner. Cross into the middle, but scooped up by Marius Olafson. Cougars quickly going the other way in their all-white jerseys tonight. Ball thrown in. Under 25 minutes to go here in regulation. Ball played across the middle to Cooperman. Plays it ahead, now back to him. Now he's going to pull it back. Cougars patiently trying to set up something as they play it across to Dunbar near side. Play it in the middle, and once again, Van Kampen out to make the catch.
And it looks like he was looking for Dukic there crossing towards the far post. Like you say, the keeper able to get to it. It's a foot race to the ball here. Freshman Francis on top of the ball. That's a good move to get past his defender.
Quakers try to clear, but Cooperman there has it now past his far corner. I believe that's Dukic over there. Oh, sorry, that was Francis. Dukic was there. Now shot by Cooperman. Oh, deflected at the last second. I think that would have gone in had it not been deflected, and it almost went in anyway. Just barely got over the top of the crossbar.
And Cooperman was able to really get his hips around that one. And like you said, deflected off of a Guilford player as we come up for a cross.
So will be I believe a corner kick for the Cougars. Yep. Oh, nearly bent it in just in the right spot, but goes off the Quakers again, so will be another corner kick. Tokley will take it. Actually, it'll be a throw-in. Ball goes out and off the Cougars, so goal kick coming. And offside is Guilford. For those of you following along at home in the live stats, you'll notice Averett 14 shots to Guilford's 4. But only 2 of those 14 shots, Eddie, were on goal.
And Drew Guilford came out of the first half with 4 total shots as well.
Contact made, no call, despite the crowd being a little unhappy. And it looks like a yellow card has been called on Vili Hautakangas. Must have said something the ref didn't like about that contact. I believe that's the 3rd yellow card we've seen today. Excuse me, 4th, but first on the Cougars.
Drew, just over 20 minutes remaining in regulation.
This play starts back. Feels like the Cougars have certainly controlled the pace of this game.
Cooperman streaking down the middle, coast to coast.
Good job by Guilford to tackle that ball away without a foul. They'll play it near side to Dunbar. Played up into the corner. Now cross back toward the middle. Nobody home though. But Dunbar able to reel it back in. Now Cooperman with it. Play it back into the corner. See if they can chase it down, but a little too far. Time ticking away on regulation at least. Just thinking about this idea of the all the soccer games, both men's and women's, 3 of the 4 have gone to overtime.
Wow.
Both women's games, overtime. Of course, you mentioned the 1-0 win here a week ago. And they played to a 0-0 draw on last Sunday. The men obviously opened with overtime and almost went to overtime on Wednesday. So a lot of extra soccer being played for Cougar Nation.
And golden goal to overtime is something that'll give your head coach gray hairs quick and early.
Unless you're the one scoring the goals.
That's a good touch to get past his defender. Out there, that's Dukic.
Oh, I thought he was going to find how to Kangas across the middle. Ball was taken away at the last second.
Francis on top of the ball. Plays near side. Averett's going to work the sideline here.
Felix Squire has it. Passes it over to Tokley, and ball knocked down. Tokley with a quick throw in, the freshman to the junior. And once again knocked away. Trying to find Watford, but good defense by the Quakers. Cougars still trying to head around. Now Haltakangas with a shot. Oh, just
goodness.
over.
And Drew, that was inches over.
Played it right to the keeper, and a ricocheted kind of funny hop right over him. I thought I was going to, with that backspin, I thought I was going to roll right back into that top corner and just curled over the crossbar. Tough break. Another close opportunity for Averett. If they do get the corner kick, they'll play the grand ball and then send it back out. Good move by Cooperman. He'll fire the left foot into the box. Francis. Oh, but it was an offside on Averett.
And again, another.
And we got a yellow card. I think that was on Francis.
And another tough break there as Francis was looking for his first goal to open his collegiate career.
Cougars trying to maintain possession, and good play by Dukic. Tap it away from the defender. Now played over to Haltakangas. He'll pull it in. Unable to get off a shot, though. As Guilford just trying to clear it. Feels like Guilford's been on their heels the entire match. Now they have an opportunity, though. Got some numbers. But Dunbar there to steal that one away. Watford in the corner, now cuts back. Tokley cross into the box. 3-on-1. Averett's not going to win that one. And foul on Averett. Cooperman a little too aggressive there.
Guilford throws it in. And I think the ref's going to say that is just aggressive soccer.
Yeah, will be a corner kick, though, for the Quakers. Looked like they were going to try to go quick with it, but now they're waiting for some more numbers, as Averett clearly had the advantage early in that setup. Quick kick back into the corner, and Averett trying to defend it well. Pops it over, and Olafson able to come out and get a hand on it, and it looked like it went off a Quaker, so it will be a goal kick. Looked like Marius was a little shaken up there, but it looks like he's okay. And another group of subs coming in for Averett. Looks like Tobias Andreasen back in. Cersei back in. Approaching 13 minutes to play.
And a bad pass by the Cougars.
And Olafson came all the way out of the box to help clear that one. Good defensive play by the Cougars to swarm and steal that one away. Good pass ahead. Oh.
And the ball, Drew, took a weird spin. I don't know if you saw that. It was a good pass initially, but the ball took, I think, a second hop and took a very weird spin.
Quaker must have touched it because I believe it will be a corner kick. So somebody got a foot on it, trying to knock it away. They had Hal Takangas kind of streaking down the middle, and if nobody touched that one, I think he gets behind the defense for a one-on-one. Will be a corner kick on the far side. Been into, and looked like a miscommunication there between two teammates. And not a ideal shot. Cougars unable to clear that one initially, but they're able to possess. Push in the back, and finally a foul called. Eddie, if they didn't call that one, that was clear as day from our angle, at least.
That one was pretty blatant.
Now David Cooperman having a chat with the center ref.
And sometimes voicing your opinion to the ref can end bad for you. You got to be careful. Averett will send in the cross.
Ball kicked out, and will be another Averett throw-in on the far side.
I'm going to call that foul on Francis. Less than 10 minutes remain in regulation.
Goes out off Averett.
And a miscommunication with that pass there. Had they connected on that pass, Averett could be on a counterattack right now and moving. And Guilford had something good working for them. And they just find themselves in a slew of, they'll do a couple good passes and then one bad pass, and they'll be right back off the ball.
Yeah, I believe that was Jay Greco on that pass. Looked like he had somebody open and just sent it a little too far ahead. And foul on the Cougars. Whoa, little extra action there. Got a yellow card, I think, on the Guilford player. I believe that was number 21, Enrique Guidino. At least I thought that's who he was pointing at the yellow card.
Towards Felix there.
Maybe it was. Yeah, it was a yellow card on Felix Squire. I thought they were giving it on the little contact made on the pass by. It will be free kick from about 45 yards out. And right into the hands of Olason. And getting a little chippy. And yellow card issued.
Drew, in the late stages of this game, both teams desperate for a goal. Like you say, getting more aggressive. We've seen more yellow cards in the past 10 minutes of action than we have in the whole game.
Very heated contest. You know, early in the season, you want to just both teams trying to get that first win of the year. You've battled this far scoreless. That was Surly that got the yellow card just moments ago. Both teams just being very competitive. And looks like some discussion going on. Maybe they're just trying to calm things down between these two teams. Of course, two non-conference teams. But both teams only about 45 minutes away from each other. So my guess is a lot of these guys, at least the domestic ones, probably face each other somewhere down the line, either in their college or high school careers.
And actually, Colton Dutchess for the Cougars and Ricky Aguilar for the Quakers played on the same high school team. Colton Dutch is a freshman for the Cougars. Aguilar, a sophomore starter for the Quakers.
Low liner missed. But the Cougars still able to clear it. Squire has it, now passes it off to Cooperman, now up to Andreasen, making a sprint down the middle. Now over to Tokley. Tokley crosses it and blocked. Knocked out and off of Tokley, so throw in for the Quakers. And goes out off of Guilford. Substitution coming. Looks like Tokley's going to head off. Freshman being replaced late in this game.
It's going to be Dukic coming on.
Dukic played the far side on this half. Now he's on the near side. Good try in the corner, but didn't quite get to Surley, I believe, was over there. Cooperman, great job winning that battle. 2 against 1, and shot just missed high. Cooperman.
Yeah. Cooperman had a shot there from about 35 yards out. It's not far off frame there.
When he gets a clean look, it's going to be close. And that one just soared on him a little bit.
Definitely, as he recorded, he has mentioned earlier, had a goal and 2 assists in both the games earlier this season.
Howdekangas tries to get around two defenders, but it's going to be cleared as we're under 6 minutes to play.
And Quakers are going to look to open up with pace here.
It looked like it was offside on Guilford, so actually no, it was out, so it will be a throw-in. Ball played near side to Dunbar. Cersei back to Dunbar. Cougars trying to set up their offense here in the final minutes. And an errant pass goes out. Substitution coming for Guilford. Andreasen playing up the middle. Has a defender on his back. Quakers trying to clear it. Now Dukic gets it back, sends it across the middle. And Van Kampen there to dive on it. Had a couple teammates in the area, and he just couldn't get it to him.
And the Quakers, that was a risky pass that ricocheted off of one of his own teammates in the box. Definitely not something you put together in practice to happen.
Foul on Guilford, so quick play by Averett, but they're going to make him redo that. Cooperman sends it far down the field looking for Dukic. He'll try to get to it in the corner. It was off the Quakers, so it will be a corner kick. See if Cooperman elects to take it. Looks like Dukic might take it in the near side. Hard kick to the top of the box, looking for Andreas, and works his way around a couple of defenders. Good move. Shot and wide. Cougars getting their opportunities, just haven't been able to find the back of the net. $16 shots to 4 still for Averett. Ball played ahead. Van Kampen there to scoop it up in the box. And looks like somebody's down for the Cougars right in front of us. Believe it might be Cersei. He's going to be helped up. He's hobbling a little bit, but I think he's going to tough it out. One of the local products. Went to Tunstall High School just down the road. Goal kick sent over midfield, headed forward. Cougars trying to collect it. Dunbar trying to chase it down. That was Bell for Guilford, unable to maintain control, and was goal kick for Averett. Cooperman bringing it up the middle casually, as we're about a minute and a half left in regulation. Dunbar plays it back to Cersei. Now over to, I believe that's Squire. Yep. And then back to Olivison.
And that's a good move from the freshman, Francis, to get past his defender.
Played right. Oh, how Tagangas had it sent right to his foot at the top of the box. I think he was a little surprised it was right there. And
yeah. Under 45 seconds to play now.
Looks like at this point, Eddie, overtime is imminent. Cougars may try to get one last opportunity.
And they
Squire
have a run.
sends it ahead. 15 seconds remaining. Cross into the box. Headed.
Miscommunication there in the box.
Andreasen got a piece of it. And that'll be it. We are going to overtime. The second game this season for Averett men's soccer to go to overtime.
Andrew, an exciting final, really 20 minutes of that second half. Averett getting a couple shots on frame, just barely missing. But as you say, we will go to overtime here.
So we will be back here in just a second with the overtime period on the Averett Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. Golden goal action. Overtime in this game. 10 minutes up on the clock. First team to score will win. Unless no team scores. But that's not what we're planning to have happen. Guilford will boot it down the field.
And it looks like it will be a foul on Guilford. And the clock stops.
And Drew, it looks like,
I believe that's Felix Squire down at midfield.
like as Felix was coming around to try and get ahead at that ball, the Guilford player was trying to kick the ball in. Just
kind of got right into him in the back. Looks like Felix is all right. So a free kick coming for the Cougars. Dunbar will take it at midfield. Long kick down the middle. Juggled around. Shot good by Huso Dukic.
And Drew, that ball goes in. A long cross on the free kick. Finds its way in. The keep came out to try and handle the ball. But it came out. And Drew, not only is the team going crazy, but the fans here in the stadium gave a loud chant as that ball rolled into the back of the net.
And the Cougars get the golden goal victory.
And there's the players hyping up the fans.
And Cougars get their first win of the season in their home opener.
And Drew, and one thing I want to mention is this is the second overtime golden goal rules here at Cougar Field this year, and the second win for the Cougars in those type situations. So I don't know if it's just on the strategy, something they've been planning, but it's working.
Hey, I'll take it. 2 for 2 on overtime victories here at home. And the Cougars improved to 1-1-1. Guilford drops to 0-4 on the season. And Cougars going to celebrate. So Dukic with the golden goal. Assist, I believe, will go to Dunbar on the free kick. But Averett picks up the 1-0 win over the Quakers. And we knew it. Eddie, I had that feeling it was going to happen at some point. Cougars have just been so aggressive all game, pretty much owned possession almost the entire 91 minutes, almost 91 minutes, it felt like. And it just seemed like at some point they were going to get one to the back of the net.
And definitely, like you said, they were being really aggressive. 11 shots in the first half alone, and extremely offensive. Had a couple of those shots just barely missed by a couple inches the back of the net. But they were able to finally get to it. And Drew, the team is going to come back over and celebrate with the fans one more time. And Drew, this is a testament to what our athletic director Meg Stevens has been putting in, the mantra, one team, one family, one Averett. You look down here in the crowd, you see people from all sports. You see resident assistants. You see coaches from different sports. You see family members and everybody out here to support, even when it's overtime golden goal. And they're not just sitting here. They're cheering them on.
So a big win for the Cougars. And Eddie, I'm going to go do some work. I'll let you wrap things up here, but it's always a pleasure to hop on the broadcast with you. And you can hear Eddie tomorrow, beginning with women's soccer at 2 p.m. So
thank you, Drew. Thank you for joining me. It's always fun having you on. And like Drew said, I'm going to wrap it up with a little post-game show. David Cooperman played a fantastic game, as I mentioned earlier. He came in with a goal and 2 assists. He showed some fancy footwork and good hustle and drive this game as well. Also, Tobias Andreasen had a very good game as well as Vile Hautagingas. He had a couple good shots and showed his footwork as well, his pace and hustle to get towards the ball. And Dukic played great on the wing, absolutely fantastic, as he was able to break free a couple times, get a couple good crosses in, and even a shot or two on goal. And finally, the golden goal win for Dukic. A couple other good players was Asher Francis, the freshman defender, who almost had himself a goal down here on the near side of the field. Simon Holstrom had a good game early. Felix Squire, David Nielsen, everybody really played well for this team and results in a win. So Averett 1-1-1 on the year again. Guilford dropping to just 0-4. Not the best start for Guilford. They're going to look to bounce back soon. It's not the end. It is just the beginning of the season. So I want to thank you for joining us here at the Averett Sports Network. For Drew Wilson and everyone else in the Sports Information Department, my name is Eddie Glenn, and have a good night.
This has been a production of the Averett Sports Network.